Hi guys, my name is Tuke Morgan. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about weaning. So I'm a mom of a 21-month-old baby and he has a really healthy appetite. Like, he eats a lot. And people are always asking on Instagram like, oh, how did you wean him? How did you get him to eat? How did you get him to feed himself? And I'm just going to be talking about that real quick. So I breastfed my baby for 6 months exclusively, and then I kept on breastfeeding him till he was about 16 months old, and I stopped because it was affecting his sleep and he was like trying to wake up in the night to come and get some milk, and yeah, that wasn't just working for us, so we completely stopped when he was about 16 months old. And I have a video on like my breastfeeding experience and some tips that helped me exclusively breastfeed, so you can click on the card above to watch that video. Now, some people start weaning their baby when they're like 4 or 5 months. They start giving them like maybe fruits in fruit feeders, but we didn't actually start until he was 6 months old, and we started with carrots. So I asked on my stories and I asked like moms around me like, oh, how did you wean your baby? What did you use? And I wrote out a list of some of the most common things that people said they use, and then I just tried them out. So it's advisable to test new food to your baby in 3 days. So you try carrots for 3 days, see if he reacts to it, and then maybe try banana, and then maybe try sweet potato. But it's always good to just space it out so that you can tell if he or she reacts to what they're trying. So we use this Tummy TP blender that I bought with a gift voucher I actually got when I first had him, and I have a video talking about presents every new mom would appreciate. Gift vouchers are super helpful because a lot of moms don't know what they need exactly at the point in which they have their baby. Like, as the months go by, you now realize, oh, I need to get this, oh, I need to get that. So that voucher was super helpful, and you should definitely watch that gift guide video. So what we did was we steamed the carrots. So if you don't have a steamer, you can just boil some hot water, and then after boiling the water, you put the cut up carrots in like a sieve and then put it in the pot so that it steams it, because they say if you boil it, it loses a lot of the nutrients. So you put the fruit or veg in the sieve or colander. So we started with carrots and we mixed it with breast milk in the Tummy TP blender, and I'll just insert some videos of it so that you can see how it looked. We're using our Tummy TP blender for the first time today. We're making pureed carrots. We're mixing it with breast milk. You peel the carrot, cut it into chunks, boil some water, and then reduce the water and put the carrots in there for about 10 minutes so it's soft and tender. We're gonna blend it with some breast milk. Exciting stuff. Milk stored in a crusty Lancino vice. Gang, 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 gang. Gang, 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 gang. Si brand new. I hope it's 7. Yeah. So yeah, you can use breast milk, you can use water, but I was pumping and I had a pretty good supply, which is why I was able to use my breast milk. So you blend it together, and then what you do is you try and give the baby a few spoons. His reaction was like that was how he used to react. Like, what's this? Like, what are these ones giving me? So at first we started with carrots, and then we did banana. My baby really likes banana, but too much banana causes constipation, so you can use fruits like peaches, pear, prune juice to relieve constipation. And then we did sweet potato. The more water or milk you add to the blender, the runnier the puree is. So try and make it as light and runny as possible when your baby is young, and then it can become thicker as your baby grows older. And then we did avocado, we did apple, and then we did pear. So we were doing all these things individually, and then when we realized what he liked and what he didn't like, we now started blending things together. So we started blending things like banana and avocado. That was a really good mixture. Sweet potato and pear, sweet potato and apple, sweet potato, carrot and apple, sweet potato, carrot and pear. There are books that you can get that just have like different recipes. You can check Latina Ventures, and then I'll just write some of them in the description bar below, because there's a book I bought off iBooks that was creative, that had some creative recipes. There are also like pages on Instagram that you can follow, like Mash Baby Food, and I'll just put all of them in the description bar below so that you can see some of the pages I followed with like recipe suggestions. But banana and avocado and sweet potato and apple were really popular in this house. And then carrot and pear, carrot and apple, like they advise that you blend a fruit with a veg, so the fruit adds some sweetness to the mixture. In the first month we tried those things, and then by the time he was 7 months we now started introducing things like ogi or pap and amala, and my baby loved amala and ewedu. Like my husband is from Ibadan, so maybe that's why, but he really loved amala. He still loves amala, like he just gobbled it all up. He also really liked pap, the brown one, they call it ogi baba. So we traveled around the time he was March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. So we traveled when he was 9 months, and when we were abroad we were able to try some things that aren't as easily accessible in Nigeria or that easy to find, like broccoli. After trying the fruits and amala and ogi, we then started trying things like Irish potato. So we kept that till it was about 8 months before we tried it. We also tried pumpkin. He really liked pumpkin, and pumpkin is quite affordable, like 300 naira. So you would steam the pumpkin and then blend it with like maybe apple, and then just sprinkle some cinnamon on it. And then we also used to like blend banana and mix it with pap. And they say you shouldn't really give babies honey because it can carry bacteria. Some people use date syrup, but we didn't use any of that. We just sweetened food with fruits. As he was getting older, like from 8 months, we started introducing finger foods, so like breadsticks, just toasting the bread lightly and then cutting it up into sticks and giving him to feed himself. We also introduced baby puffs, like the Gerber puffs. If you're overseas, it's quite easy to get all these baby puffs. In Nigeria it might not be as easily accessible, as a bit scarce, but Gerber puffs were like the one we gave him the most, and he loved it so much. We also used this thing called a fruit feeder. So this is the fruit feeder, and it's from a brand called Nature Bond, and basically you can put fruit in it and the baby like bites it or chews on it while he's teething, and can like suck out the juice and get out strained bits of fruit. And I spoke about it in my video on his favorite teething toys, so definitely check out that video. But fruit feeders were really good also for when we maybe went out and I didn't want to have to breastfeed there or give him breast milk, but we wanted to give him something to snack on. So we would put like frozen banana or frozen avocado. Those were like his 2 favorite things to eat in the fruit feeder. And as time went on, we started introducing more food. So by like maybe 8-9 months, we now started introducing like boiled yam, plantain. So you can boil the plantain and then blend it. He really likes boiled plantain. It's quite sweet as well. And then there was Gerber rice cereal that a lot of people spoke about, but the thing is, my baby didn't really like Gerber rice cereal at the beginning until maybe he was like 10 months. At the beginning he didn't like it, but as he grew older he started to like it, and he still really likes it now. So he has Gerber rice cereal or the Gerber multigrain cereal. When he was like 1 year old, we introduced Cerelac, and we were still using breast milk for the longest, and then we slowly started introducing like other milks. So we started with NAM 2, and then we tried Peak 1 to 3, and then the Dano growing up milk, and he prefers the Dano milk, so we used that. Yeah, so that was how we started introducing like semi-solids into his diet. And we got a high chair when he was about 7 months old, so he knew, okay, this was food time. He would sit in the high chair and wear a bib or like a jacket, apron, and there would be like a suction plate on the high table so he wouldn't knock it off, and then spoon, and then we'll be feeding him. And like slowly he wanted to start feeding himself. Like he would reach for the spoon, or maybe when we're eating, like my husband and I, he'll maybe want to come and like grab our spoon. So they say always watch out for cues. Like you can tell your baby wants to try something new, maybe when they smell food and they're like their mouth is watering, or they're like trying to reach out for your food, like offer them things. So I feel like the fact that we tried a variety of things really just helped expand his diet, because he's not a fussy eater at all. Like he eats more or less everything. He eats fried rice, he eats jollof rice, he eats pasta, he eats amala, he eats plantain, he eats bread, he loves egg. And we didn't really start egg until he was like 1 year old, and it was just like personal preference. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned from it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the description bar below. In terms of pap, if you can't get it, I know there's this Instagram vendor based pap that my baby really likes. There's also August Secrets. They make their own cereals with millet and different like healthy ingredients. You can try them out. And there's Movie Baby. It's also a Nigerian owned brand, and they sell bibs and plates and cups, and we use their cup on our trip to Dubai, and I really like the quality of their products. It's like international standards, really good, so definitely patronize them. In terms of high chair, I got mine from Montmartre, but Hadara Tots has something similar, so you can check them out. And the high chair we got is like a chair and table set, so the chair can be on top of the table, or he can just sit down on the chair alone, and then you can use the chair with the table. So it's like very versatile, and it lasts maybe until he's 3 or 4 depending on how big he is. So definitely just do some research before you invest in a high chair. I know the IKEA one is quite popular, but it can't be folded up. Those were some of the things I considered before deciding on the high chair. So yeah, I will just summarize everything that I said. We started weaning him when he was 6 months old, and we started with carrots and breast milk, then we tried banana and breast milk, then we tried avocado, then we tried sweet potato, and then apple, pear, ogi, amala, Irish potato, plantain, yam. Like that was how we progressed. And then when we realized that he could take these things and wasn't reacting to them, we started mixing them together. There's this Nigerian brand called Tommy Streets, and they make already pureed food in like pouches, and we took that with us when we traveled to Dubai. He liked it for a season, but he didn't love it. Like he stopped liking it after a while. We also started giving him like baby snacks, like little puffs from Gerber. We tried Gerber rice cereal, but he didn't really like it until he was older, like 10 months. And we also introduced Cerelac when he was about 1 year old, which he still eats. So he still eats Cerelac and Gerber rice cereal for breakfast. And he was just always curious about eating, and the fact that I feel we got that high chair, so once he sat down he knew, okay, it's food time, and he was able to just try out the different foods and just experience the flavors. I feel like he's a foodie because his parents are foodies, because he would smell our food and be trying to reach out for it. So when you see your baby like reaching out for things, definitely give it to them, let them try. He also likes custard. We used breast milk majorly until he was maybe about 14 months or maybe 16 months. We used breast milk as a mixer with all these cereals and all these things we were blending. And I have a video on like pumping, because a pump is very important if you want to extract breast milk from your body. Definitely check that out. So having my Medela pump really helps me like extract milk. And the way I stopped breastfeeding was I just started like reducing the number of times I fed him in a day, so cutting it down from maybe 4 times a day to like 3 times a day. Then after 2 weeks I cut it down to 2 times a day, then 1 time a day, and then we slowly weaned him off. Definitely let your baby try out foods like what you're eating, like fries. Obviously don't put too much salt, so don't put salt in your baby's food. We didn't really put salt in his food until he got like much older. But like if you're giving him amala and ewedu, you can just use grounded crayfish to sweeten it up or add some flavor to it. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a lot. If you have any questions, leave it down in the description bar below. And yeah, bye, catch you in my next video. feel free to share it with other moms who would find this useful. Juices. Will I say that? No. What else? Some branded